Welcome to the Doubles Only Tennis Podcast, where you learn the best doubles lessons to improve your game and win more matches while getting to know some of the top doubles players and coaches on the planet. I'm your host, Will Bocek. This podcast, my weekly strategy newsletter, and my website all focus on the goal of better understanding the sport of doubles and helping players like you improve faster through actionable advice that you can use in your very next match. My goal is to provide the best doubles resources in the world. And to do that, I study, analyze, and work with players at every level of the game, all the way up to the ATP and WTA tours. If you enjoy this podcast, consider becoming a Tennis Tribe member to go even deeper and take your doubles IQ to the next level. Members get access to premium podcast episodes, weekly video lessons, monthly strategy webinars, courses, ebooks, gear discounts, and a lot more. Go to thetennistribe.com/memberships to see all the benefits and sign up. Here's today's episode. I recently had a USTA team reach out to me who was headed to Nationals, and they wanted some help with their on-court training and practice leading up to the tournament. So what I did is put together a 30-minute presentation on the court, followed by 2 hours of doubles, where I helped them with their strategy, watched their positioning, their movement, their shot selection, and helped them improve. And what you're about to hear is that first 30-minute presentation. Now, the video is helpful for this, and I'm going to make that available for Tennis Tribe members as well as the full 30-minute conversation. If you're not a Tennis Tribe member, check out the show notes. You can learn more about it and sign up there to get the full 30 minutes. But if not, you're still going to get the first 10 minutes or so of this as a preview of this conversation, and you're going to get a lot out of that as well. So when I put this presentation together, I had to think of information that I could give them that they could implement in only a few weeks before they headed off to Nationals. So I had to kind of condense the information. I had to give them the most important things, and I feel like I was able to do a pretty good job of that. We talked about how doubles matches are lost and not won. We talked about the importance of rally length. I actually asked them a question about rally length that all of them got wrong and they were very surprised by. And that led to a little bit of a discussion about practice, what they should actually practice in the few weeks leading up to Nationals to get the best bang for their buck, if you will. After that, we talked about team roles. They were still trying to decide on a few doubles partnerships, so this helped give them a framework and helped kind of clarify a few things around that. Then we talked about 3 things that give 3.0 to 4.0 level players the most problems on the doubles court and how to fix those. And then at the end, we talked about how to win the lob fests. I gave them some ideas on how to attack a team that lobs a lot or that pushes. We also talked about the 2-back formation, and I answered a few other questions from them at the end as well. So I think you're going to get a lot out of this episode. Again, if you are a Tennis Tribe member, you can watch the video, which is helpful because I am kind of moving around the court and showing them some different positioning and movement patterns and shot selection things. But still, with the audio, you'll be able to get plenty out of this. So without further delay, enjoy this presentation for a team headed to USTA Nationals. Thank you all for having me. Tara, thank you for setting this up. My name's Will. I have a business called the Tennis Tribe. It's a doubles strategy and training company. I live in Fort Worth. It was about an 1.5-hour drive here this morning. It's okay.
Sorry about the timing.
No, that's not on you. So I work with professional players on the ATP and WTA tour, work with players at the US Open, helped the US Olympic team last year, and it's all doubles focused. And then I also help club players like y'all improve your strategy as well. So the place I always like to start is kind of defining what doubles strategy is. So a lot of you, if you get private lessons or go to clinics, a lot of coaches really focus on technique. So it's like getting your continental grip right on your serve or your top spin forehand on your ground strokes, different things like that. And that stuff's really important, but it's really, really hard to improve. So for me to get like a proper service motion, if I've never had one before, it's going to take months and months of work and training. But strategy is comprised of 3 different things, and they're all much easier to improve than technique. One is shot selection, so where I hit the ball. So I could hit it to the left side of the court, to the right side of the court. I could hit it higher over the net or shorter over the net. I could hit it deeper or shorter. So where and how I hit the ball is part of your strategy. Your positioning. So when my partner's serving, I might stand here, I might stand here. I'm adjusting my positioning, and then movement during the point as well. So with technique, if I'm going to improve my serve, it's going to take months, like I said. But if you're standing here when your partner's serving, and I tell you to stand here, and all of a sudden they start missing a bunch of returns because you're covering the middle more, we didn't have to train that. You just stepped over 2 feet. So it's really, really simple and really, really effective as well. So that is kind of a summary of strategy. That's why I love it so much, because a lot of us have families and jobs, and it's really hard for us to improve technique because we just don't have the court time. When we're out here, we want to be playing matches and having fun. We don't want to be getting frustrated because we can't hit our topspin forehand, right? So that's why this is so much fun for me. Next, I want to talk about doubles and kind of understanding how matches are won and lost. So the first question for y'all, how can you win a point? Hey y'all, I'm Will.
Hi.
What are your names?
Caitlin, Stephanie.
Caitlin and Stephanie, okay. So how are points won in doubles? How can you win a point?
And a winner is a net.
A winner. Okay, so a winner's won. How else can we win a point?
Down the line.
The other team misses, so an error. So there's only 2 ways to win a point. Either we hit a ball that they don't touch, or they miss. So if I gave you a choice, you're about to start a match at Nationals, and I'm going to tell you, you can either choose to end the match with more winners than your opponent or less errors than your opponent. Which one would you rather have? Less errors? More winners? Who thinks less errors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who thinks more winners? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the answer is less errors.
Because I love the point of it's easier to train that than to become some superstar closer at the net like Daryl and Marissa.
Well, yes, but we measure it. So how we determine the answer is we just measure how do most points end?
Oh, with
With an error. So about 70%, if anything, it's higher than that. A lot of matches, it's 80 or 90%. 70+% of points end in an error. So do you want to win the 70% or do you want to win the 30%? We want to win the thing that's happening 70% of the time. So our goal in doubles, and this goes for singles too. If some of you are playing singles and nationals, this applies to singles as well. Our goal is not to hit winners. It is to not miss, number one, and number two, make them miss. Okay? So that's really important, especially for baseline players in doubles. I see a lot of baseline players trying to rip down the line winners and go for too much. We'll talk about kind of teamwork and how that lines up. And I know we want to talk about partnerships today as well. But that's one thing you've really got to understand is tennis is a game of errors. Points are not won, they're actually lost. Matches are not won, they're actually lost. So our goal as a doubles team is to get them to play bad. And this is what pushers are so good at, right? They never miss. And that's why they can be frustrating to play against. But pushers has a negative connotation. They're actually really good tennis players. So if you ever watch Djokovic play on TV, like when he gets in a tiebreaker, he hits everything like 5 feet inside all the lines. He just locks down and doesn't miss. I mean, he's not pushing in the same way that we do at the club level. He's still hitting the ball pretty hard, but he's not going for the lines. He just doesn't miss because he knows that I'm not missing. I'm going to force them to miss. Okay. So next, let's talk about rally length. What do you think is the most common rally length in doubles?
Rally length.
Rally length. So a rally of 0 would be a double fault. A rally of 1 would be a serve and the return doesn't come back. So that could be an ace or a missed return. 2 would be serve, return in, and then I miss, or it's a return winner.
What's the most
5.
common?
5, 3, 3, 5. Any other answers?
Any
Our group 3, but probably
That's what I was saying. In my world.
7. I would say 7.
7? Okay.
At the club level.
Okay. So this is something I learned from a guy who actually used to live in Dallas. He's in Austin now and he was a strategy analyst for Djokovic. His name's Craig O'Shaughnessy, and he has a really good website for singles players. He's very singles focused. So if you are a singles player, yeah, you can ask me about it after and I'll give you more info. But he's got a really good course that's only like $50. He didn't pay me to say this, but he's a good friend that is really smart and I've learned a lot from. So I learned this from him. The most common rally length at every level of singles and doubles is 1. 1. The serve goes in and the return doesn't come back. So missed returns. So when we're at nationals, we're going to have all these points where y'all are on the sidelines, you're watching the 5th match that's still on the court, and it's 2-2, and it's late in the 3rd set, and there's a really long point that's 20 balls. And maybe you win the point and everybody goes crazy. Maybe you lose the point, the other team goes crazy, and y'all are disappointed. I don't care about those points because they don't happen that much. The match is going to be won on missed returns, on making good serves, and then the first shot after. So the average rally length, we just talked about the most common rally length is 1. The average rally length is 4. Okay? So most of the time, the team that is better on those first 4 shots wins the match, not the team that wins that epic 20, 30, 40 ball rally, because they don't happen as much. So if there's something you can train between now and nationals, it's your serves, it's your returns, and then your first shot after that. Okay? Any questions so far? No? Okay. I'm going to go back to my presentation because I have to see what's next.
And that applies even at our level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've measured it at the pro level, and you'll start to notice it.
Now that you've told us.
Yeah, now that I've told you, you're going to see so many missed returns.
Okay.
It's going to be like missed return, missed return.
Depends on what return, like if they
Okay, so next I want to talk about, we talked about errors. The most important thing is to have fewer errors than your opponents. That means not missing on our side and then forcing them to miss. So what are some ways we can generate errors from them? Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Doubles Only Tennis Podcast. If you're interested in diving deeper into the world of doubles strategy, I've created Tennis Tribe memberships that allow me to bring you more podcast episodes, video lessons, webinars, and other doubles content on a weekly basis without relying on paid ads. The lessons inside the membership will help you better game plan with your partner, optimize your practices, and become the smartest player on the court. Go to thetennistribe.com/memberships to learn more and sign up. You can also join my free newsletter on our homepage, where I share a new doubles lesson every week. If you want to connect, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or contact me through our website. Thanks again for listening.